Hi, it's me, it's SK. The second journal, the proof copy, came in the post. I thought it was going to arrive Wednesday. That's what they told me. But it came today. It came this morning, which is a Monday. Um, it's in my hands. I'll show it in a second. You know, quite excited, quite proud. Um, when it arrived from UPS, I was so nervous. I shit myself. Even though I've been in this situation before, I couldn't open the package for a good hour, for a good probably 2 hours. I was just so nervous, thinking, shit, what happens if it looks wrong? What happens if the cover's botched? But yeah, here we go. Here's the second volume of the Journal for Damn Lovers, the proof copy. It's actually here. So utterly bizarre to think that it's kind of it it's here. This is it. This is what I've dedicated 20 months of my life to. A Journal for Damn Lovers Volume 2. This represents what has been in here for the past 20 months. It's so bizarre. Again, I've been in this situation before, but it's still made me feel so fucking nervous to actually kind of open it up as if there was going to be a bomb. Yeah, I was worried. Oh God, what happens if it's wrong somehow? I haven't started reading through it. Um, I've just kind of, I've glanced through it. I'm pleased. I'm really pleased with how the interior looks in terms of the way that the writing is presented. It's easier to read than the first one. I said I wanted to do this the other day, so here we go. This is the first volume and the second volume. Um, yeah, it's the text, the way it appears on the page is a lot more. It's easier to grasp. The pieces just they fit nicely on the page a lot more. The font is different. I think the font in the first volume was like Times New Roman. I can't remember the name of the font in this one. But again, looking between the two, it's yeah, I'm really pleased. It's how many pages? It's 245 pages. So it's about 20 pages left than the first one, but the text is a little bit smaller. And so yeah, not that that really means anything. So yeah, the second volume. This won't be a mentally long video. I want to get it to about 10 minutes. I just wanted to sort of show it and to have a sort of a sense of pride that here we are, here we go. Um, Again, I was really set on it coming on Wednesday, and it's completely taken me by surprise. I like smelling books. It has a certain smell. So yeah, it's such a strange feeling to actually have this here. 20 months have been built up towards this moment where I had the proof copy, and provisionally I'll make it available on on Friday the 20th. I will make this available, and touch wood, it should be on Amazon, Amazon.co. .uk, .com, all the other ones. It should be available to buy on Amazon on Friday, this Friday, Friday the 20th. Obviously, I'll kind of I'll put the links up on Instagram, on Facebook, and all the other various sort of pages that I have, just to kind of so I can say, look, there it is. Go out and grab a copy. Um, yeah, it's so weird. I'm just looking at all the pieces, going, oh fuck, that one, and this one. The difference, I think, again, if I was to try and say a difference, what's the difference between the second one and the first one? Why is this one better than the first one? For me, this one was, it was me trying to get to a certain place. It was me trying to find myself as a writer, trying to get to place where I could say I'm there now. I feel really confident. So this is a real journey from the very first page to the last page, and right at the end, right at these last sort of few pages, I felt like I was there. I felt like I'd really arrived. This one, I have arrived. I'm there. I hit the ground running. There's there's no sort of like abstract periods. There's no periods where I'm lost and I'm trying to find myself. For me, this one, it hits the ground running. I found my voice, I found my vision, and it's a lot more immediate. The very first piece in this one is called A Sunday for Sleeping, and it's a very slow piece. And when I wrote it, I'd come out of a relationship. I was kind of, lovesick. I was pining, and I'd moved back to home territory, and I was kind of feeling a little bit lost, and I think that's reflected in these first, pieces. Whereas with the second journal, again, I just hit the ground running. I'm there. I'm not feeling lost. I'm not feeling like, God, what am I doing? I hit the ground running, and I think that's the strength of the second journal. Is just that these pieces are just very immediate. They're very focused, and I'm not having to try and find myself because I've already found myself. So I think the second journal is something that I'm really proud of. I think that it is there, and as I was mentioning in a previous video, you're only as good as your last piece. And this for me represents me as a writer and as a person. This is what I have to show for myself, and I'm really pleased with it. I think that it's something that, again, I'm I'm immensely proud of, and I think it represents me. It really does represent who I am, not only as a writer, but as a person. I put everything into this. There's moments of tenderness and beauty, but there's also some dark moments in there, dark moments that I have created, but also dark moments that I take from my life. There are moments that are pretty straight down the middle, and there's stuff that's there that is a lot more sort of complex. So I'm going to read one piece from it. I'll read the first piece, Life is a Fear. To give a little bit of background information, again, in this piece, Sunday for Sleeping was the very first piece, and it was very slow. As I mentioned, I wasn't sure of where I was at. I was feeling a bit lost. So when I wrote Life is a Fear, which I knew was going to be the first piece, I wanted something that just hit the ground. I wanted something that was completely the opposite of Sunday for Sleeping. I wanted something that was just contrasted to it. I wanted someone to pick this up, and if you've read the first one and you haven't, I wanted you to pick this up and just to think, holy shit, this is if you're new to my writing, I wanted it to be like, wow, this guy's out there. If you've already read the first journal, I wanted you to think, this is different. This is a new chapter. This is something new. This isn't just this, but different. This isn't more of the same. I think this is a new experience. I think it's a different type of vision. So yeah, I'll read the first one. If I fuck up reading this, I'm not I'm not making this video again. Yeah, because again, I can't edit YouTube videos and whatever. So Life is a Fear. I don't remember writing Life is a Fear. I don't remember writing it. I'll tell you what I'll do beforehand. I'll read the back. I think that'll give you, again, if you're new to my writing, if you're not, I think that will just give you something to go on. So A Journal for Damn Lovers, Volume 2. The second collection of prose by S.K. Nicholas continues the fledgling footsteps of a writer attempting to build a new future armed with a handful of words and a head full of visions. Each story presented here is a doorway to a bubble of time and space, home to romance, drunken despair, and the madness that comes from dedicating oneself to a life of writing. There are moments of tenderness and beauty, and those of violence and frustration, each one as necessary as the other. This journey is a dance between light and dark, with love, in all of its many forms, the driving force of both. S.K. Nicholas is a postgraduate of the University of Reading, England. He is also a member of the Southern Denouement Literary Collective. myredabyss.com, southerndenouement.com, right at the bottom. So that's the back. There are no acknowledgements. There's a with the first one, what did I write? I wrote Eskimo kisses for those who know. I've written something similar in this one. I didn't want to put acknowledgements in because there's always that fear that I leave someone out, and who do I mention first? I think that if, for anyone that's ever taken the time to read my words, for anyone that's ever liked something, that's ever commented, that's ever shared something I've written, for anyone that's, again, liked anything of mine on Instagram, I think that that this is because of you. This is for you. I can't just mention one person or two people or five people. I think that anyone that's ever believed in me, and for anyone that's ever given me some feedback, no matter how small, this is dedicated to you. So yeah, I'm going to read Life is a Fear. And again, if I fuck up, I fuck up. Life is a fear. As we kiss with tongues and mouthfuls of spit, some Brazilian kid slumps by the side of the road as some other comes and points a gun at his face. There's no blood, only a muffled pop that makes the kid fall backwards into some bushes. Blinded by the sun as we run across the melting asphalt, I slip my fingers around your waist and squeeze tight to let you know that you're mine and no one else's. Once we reach the curb, the stench of death is worsened by the balmy weather, and in a state of panic, everyone runs in circles and howls at the horror of it all. But this kind of thing happens all the time. It was only last week I was reading about a group of children burned alive somewhere in Africa by the Boko Haram, but as devastating as it was, the only thing I could think of doing in response was fucking your brains out. It was the only answer that seemed to fit. If they knew my thoughts, if they could read my mind, they would surely snuff me out. But here I am, free and without limits. Swatting flies while hailing a taxi, we move from district to district, searching for kicks that will pave the way for devilry. And as my greedy hand inches up your leg as the vehicle cuts through traffic, I sink my fingers in, causing you to shudder. At first you tell me to stop, but within a few seconds you have no more words to give. To see you at the mercy of my desires is what matters most. For not only does it make you look so beautiful, but in your giddy state you make the night last forever. From spring to summer, as your lips tremble on mine, the beat of our quickened hearts drowns out the sound of everything. And then comes the city, and then comes the sea, and the glare of a billion lights to take us once more to a state of rapture. So again, I wanted impact, and I think I've achieved that. I'll make some more videos, some bite-sized videos during the week. I'll read for some pieces. That first piece, Life Was a Fear, was me at my most devilish. There are other moments that are tender and quiet pieces. So I'll read from them. I'll try and give a little bit of insight into them as well. So yeah, this should be out Friday, the 20th of October. I'll put the links on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. One thing, a few people, when I had the first volume, they said, is there any way of me sort of like providing signed copies? They would pay for them, and I didn't know how. I have a PayPal kind of button, a PayPal badge that that if you did want a signed copy, and I won't just sign it, I'll write something in, I write a weird poem or something, or do a dirty drawing. If you were to contact me, then I would send you the link. I would send you an email with my PayPal button. If you make a donation of the book's value, I will, and obviously if you give me your address, then I will send you a signed copy, and I will personalize it. Don't worry, I'm not weird. I'm not a stalker. I won't try and hunt you down. I really don't have the energy. I'm a very lazy man. So yeah, the second volume of A Journal for Down Lovers 2. I still feel really I still feel nervous. when I was waiting to open it, it reminded me of going on a date. That feeling that you get when you're stood there waiting for your date to turn up, and your heart's kind of going, and you just kind of think, oh God, that's what it was like. I was a bag of nerves, even though I checked it over digitally. To it's yeah, it still freaked me out. So here we go. Here it is, the proof copy of volume 2 of A Journal for Damn Lovers. Again, I'll make more videos throughout the week, but fingers crossed, Friday the 20th of October, this little bad boy will be on Amazon to pick up. Buy it. I'll personalize copies. This is cool. I'm SK Nicholas. This is a really short video. It's good. It's bite sized. But the second volume, so weird. I, I'm stunned. 20 months in this little book, and it could be yours for a for a competitive price. So yeah, take care. God bless. I love you. I do. Here we go. I meant to press fucking stop there and I didn't. Messed it up completely.